Today we're focusing on the energy for November, and November is going to be such a wonderful month. November in numerology is a number 3 month, so it's all about energy and vitality and stepping into your greatest sacred power, really. Number 3 always activates the solar plexus, and that's above your navel. So let's start by just focusing there and just noticing if there is any contraction about your sense of authenticity or achieving goals, making any headway at all, because now in November we're sort of towards right at the end of the year, and what have you had in place at the beginning of the year that perhaps you haven't fully activated or seen through that you really wanted to. So this month is about really stepping up into that new capacity of you really owning your own energy, really starting to not be responsible for others and moving into that new space of saying no, so that things that no longer serve you, things that you may have done in the past that really supported everybody else, but you were left deficient, you were left lacking, that you supported others, but it wasn't reciprocated in some way. This month that will start to change, as long as you start noticing where you overgive, where you focus on everyone else receiving and being okay, and making sure that everyone is, getting what they need, but to your detriment on some level. So your capacity to receive is lower naturally if you're a giver, if you're a sensitive, if you're an empath or an intuitive. Your capacity to give is natural. You will always do that as your innate gift. So your capacity to receive back from those situations has to change, has to be amplified, where you notice that you're really still giving away your power. So this month, that is the focus, stepping up into your energy, really activating that solar plexus. That chakra there's a front and back one. So the back is the past, where you've held your regrets, your mistakes, or the decisions that you wished you hadn't made are all locked in there. So just by focusing into the earth, breathe that energy up into that solar plexus and focus on your breath with the intent of letting go the past regrets, the past mistakes, where you've compromised yourself, where you've held yourself back. And this is that issue for this month, is will you take the brake off? Where are you still resisting? And that pattern, you're holding yourself back, has to be shifted this month for you to make that headway to propel you forward. So by acknowledging that were at times that you regretted your actions and that you let yourself down in some way, you have to step into forgiveness, forgiving yourself for taking those actions that held you back. And you just start by acknowledging that you were doing what you could at the time with the knowledge that you had, but you have to start forgiving yourself. Otherwise, you will always be wounding and judging and stepping into that shadow of, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve enough, I don't deserve more, and you will still live in that place of scarcity. So we have a fabulous full moon coming up shortly at the end of this week, and it's in Taurus. So it's a really grounding moon, a really fantastic earthing moon that will help you to really anchor what are you willing to let go of now, so that this month of November can propel you forward and really activate your gifts by being different, by being unique, because we can't all be the same. And by stepping into being like everybody else, you are limiting your capacity, you are limiting your full expression of who you're meant to be. And by awakening that part of you, you will step into more. You will step into that vitality. You will actually start owning that it is okay to be different and to acknowledge who you are. I've always been different. I never felt like I fitted in. I always made excuses. Oh, perhaps it was because I'm a migrant, or my parents didn't live the right suburb, or I wasn't talented enough. But they were all my shadows, they were all my wounds. I didn't actually realize I should be stepping into what am I actually good at? What are my strengths? But I undervalued them, or I dismissed them. And I always work with my clients to really start helping them to see their uniqueness and how much value they do have, and where their purpose lies because of those gifts. And I would just love supporting them, seeing the changes that they've made, and I just love that. I've helped them make so much headway this year in my programs and workshops. And I have one coming up in January, the beginning of 2018, which is going to be a phenomenal year of awakening and stepping into a new gateway, number 11 gateway. This is called Designed Destiny. And this will help you to really step into more of your gifts, maneuver around the obstacles for 2018, because there will be some. We've got 5 eclipses coming up next year. And so working with what is the best time to move forward and when to hold back. But it's also about checking in on how do I align myself to creating my goals? How do I choose to step over some challenges or bypass some things that are looking like they're going to hit me right in the face? So I'm really looking forward to this new workshop, Design Destiny, and I'm looking forward to seeing how many changes my clients will be making next year because of that 4-week workshop. And I really encourage you to book in now, because there are limited places, and it's going to be a phenomenal year, as I said, and more awakening. And so this November is part of that doorway to really kickstart you into next year, and to set up those dates and those new goals that are in place to start creating what you've always wanted to, what's been in the way. And this time nothing will stop you, nothing will be in the way, because this workshop will give you detailed processes, detailed videos and meditations and modules that will help you to stay on track, stay in alignment, and get the best out of 2018. Look forward to seeing you then.